because he is great and because he is good, God takes sorrowful tragedy and turns it into surprising triumph.
Amen.
God, in his greatness and goodness, takes sorrowful tragedy and turns it into surprising triumph.
Amen.
This is what the book of Ruth teaches. Now, we've not read the rest of the book. I really just want to dive into it right now, but we need to feel what the original reader felt here, the weight here, because it's a weight that's felt all over the Bible, all throughout the history of God's people. God uses tragedy to bring about triumph. There are so many stories in this book of famine and barrenness, pain and loss, trial and fire. Joseph is sold into slavery. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego thrown into a fiery furnace. Daniel plunged into a lion's den. Over and over again, God's people find themselves amidst dark days and difficult times that make you wonder where God is. And we know this in our lives. There are times when we as God's people may think God is far from us. Like as I'm reading this week, I'm just thinking about how Ruth 1 is reflected in stories around this room and other campuses. When we are surrounded by famine or everything seems foreign. So maybe it's not physical famine, but do you ever feel empty?
Yep.
Do you ever find yourself longing for something you don't have and you deeply desire? Have you ever found yourself in a new place physically, a new place emotionally, a new place relationally, and you're not sure how you got there, but it's sure not what you planned? You ever find yourself in a place where you're just not sure what to do next? Or how about when death strikes or despair sinks in? Maybe somebody you love died a short time ago, or maybe it was a long time ago. Maybe it was expected. Maybe it was totally unexpected. But the pain is still real today, and you wonder if it's ever going to go away. Or maybe it's despair from something in your life that leaves you wondering, is there ever going to be any relief? Amidst barrenness and loneliness, realities so many of us are familiar with. I think about Heather and I walking through infertility and struggling every single month with these two pictures of God. God, we know you have power to provide children. You've given us this desire for children. So either provide or take away the desire. I don't understand. And I know there are couples who are there right now, or singles who desire a husband or wife or children, struggling to understand, why would God give you such a strong desire for something only to leave it unfulfilled? Or loneliness. Do you ever walk through times where you feel like no one else really understands, even those who love you most? Or maybe times when you feel like no one is there to love you like you need it most? In our grief and in our shame, when we hurt and when we cry, when we wrestle and we struggle, and even when the things we struggle with, we may not be proud of. When we struggle with things that other people don't understand, or maybe other people even look down upon. And all these things, and I really don't mean to be overly depressing here, but this is real life, isn't it?
Amen.
When we get the diagnosis from the doctor, or we sign the papers ending the marriage, or we hear this news in our family, or when the job is gone, or the bottom line is not being met, whatever it is, and we wonder, where is God in all of this? And this is where I want you to see that even when we think God is farthest from us, here is the promise. God will show himself faithful to us.